Welcome to Surviving the Fuckery, where we're just trying to survive all the fuckery that's going on in the world today. Now, before I jump into this video, I have to give a big shout out to those of you who have donated to the channel because you appreciate the time, effort, and creativity that it takes to make one of these videos. Linda Smith, Timothy Metelsky, Sacid, Justin, Jennifer, Maria King, Zen Alley Cat, Emery G. Smiley Jr., Real Deal, Mountain Goddess, Tilly Lowe Miranda Wong, Chaos from Kokomo, Tony Wilson, James, Tracy L. Hennessy, Pain Warriors Unite, Desiree DeVore, James Walton, and Anthony Wilson. Thanks to each and every one of you. Your support means everything to me. Now, in case you've been living under a rock somewhere, Americans are really suffering due to Creepy Joe's Build Back Better shenanigans, better known as Bidenomics. And as per usual, so-called black people are suffering more than any other demographic in America. And they are not afraid to tell you about it. Now, that being said, enjoy.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Send the flood. Send the fucking flood. I am sick of this shit. I see why God does resets, because the world just becomes so fucked up, including the people. Like, it's just everything that's going on in the world. It's just everything is piling up, and it's just like, when's the reset happening? When is this motherfucker happening? Restart all this shit.
This earth is ghetto as hell. This life is ghetto as hell. Like, can someone restart it? I mean, CERN, can you jump us into a timeline where prices were not as bad as it is today? Can you jump us back to a timeline where $50,000 was a lot of money in times and food was decent and gas prices was like $2?
So people are still complaining about the economy and everything being so expensive and blaming it on Biden. But it seems like it's starting to get better. Huh?
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
And wages for working families have gone up while inflation has come down.
According to Joe Biden, the economy is doing absolutely perfect right now. And if you're somebody who feels otherwise, aka you're anybody in America that has gone to a grocery store or a gas station in the last 3 years, it's probably because you're a threat to democracy. But the Biden administration has rolled out this new term to describe how great the economy is doing right now. It's Bidenomics. According to Joe Biden, Bidenomics is the greatest thing that has ever happened to our country. Now, obviously, that is not true. Biden's economic policies have been a disaster for our country. And in this video, we're gonna fact check the core tenets of Bidenomics. For starters, Joe Biden claims that he created 13 million jobs since he became president. More jobs than any president has ever created in American history. But Joe Biden's claim that he added 13 million jobs during his administration ignores the fact that America lost 9 million jobs during the COVID pandemic in 2020. You know, when governments forced businesses to shut down. So 2/3 of the jobs Joe Biden claims he created were actually added back when lockdowns ended. So when you factor that in, our country has only added 4 million new jobs since Joe Biden has been president, which is 1 million less than the 5 million that were added at this point when the Orange Man was president. But there is one thing that Joe Biden leads every other president at, and that is annual inflation rates. Speaking of that, another core tenet of Bidenomics is that Joe Biden says all the time, wages are up. Americans are taking more money home in their paychecks. Now, as you can see by the blue line in this graph, wages have in fact increased under Biden's presidency. But as you can see by the other line, inflation has far outpaced the growth in wages since he's been president. Therefore, real wages, which are wages adjusted for inflation, have actually decreased every single month since Joe Biden has been president. You may be getting a bigger paycheck, but you have become poorer under Joe Biden.
That's Bidenomics in action. I want to share with you my economic vision to grow our economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. Trickle-down economics is the belief that we should cut taxes for the wealthy and big corporations and expect it to trickle down to everyone else. That we should shrink public investment in roads, bridges, and water systems, airports, and public education. Well, when put into practice, trickle-down economics failed. It blew up the deficit, increased inequity, and weakened the infrastructure of America. And it made it harder for folks to get to the middle class. That's until now. It's about growing the economy by strengthening the middle class and making things in America again. We must make the wealthy pay their fair share, not cut taxes for the wealthy. It's about folks who've been calling this Bidenomics, and it's working.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
At this point, I don't even know what country Biden thinks he lives in. I don't think he knows what country he lives in at this point, okay? Because everybody I know is fucking suffering in fucking silence. Like, bills are fucking high, groceries are high, we don't have the salary that matches the cost of living, and yet you, like, what? Is it just me, or is it like, because I just did a video on Whoopi Goldberg saying the same thing. Is everybody who's upper class in the fucking clouds smoking with some purple haze or something? Because we down here, the actual people who are suffering, the working class, the middle class, and the lower class, we are fucking suffering. Like, everything is so fucking high. Right now, my rent is due. And I'm sitting here like, paying Tom over here to help pay motherfucking Bob over here. Because motherfucking shit is too fucking high. And I just got paid. And I'm still stressing the fuck out. That's what time we live in, where if you get paid, it does not mean shit, because it's going to bills. There is no breathing room anymore. There is none of that shit no more. Everything is too motherfucking high. And it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense, because while y'all are trying to fund wars over there, your fucking citizens need help, bitch. Like, what is going on? Can we get a grasp on America being so fucking trashy as fuck? It does not make sense. Like, literally, this shit makes no sense. And before the boomers come in and say, well, we're back in my day, we just worked hard. I work overtime and still do not motherfucking make enough. Like, be so fucking for real.
How the fuck do you get a job and fuck up everything? Everything? Everything. This motherfucker has fucked up everything. Gas, water, air, everything.
People having a job, or that working people were making too much money. Now, after months and months of bringing inflation down, while at the same time adding jobs and growing wages, it matters. And it's no accident. I came to office determined to build the economy in a different way, from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. To move away from trickle-down economics and instead focus on the middle class. Because when the middle class does well, and this is not hyperbole, when the middle class does well, everyone does well. Everyone does well. The wealthy do very well, the poor have a shot, and the middle class can make a living.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, walk out. Asshole. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out.
When the president got into the White House, we all know that the economy was at a tailspin, and the president came in and had to fix that because obviously the last administration did not have a comprehensive plan, and so we had to come in and do that. So what the president has done to make sure that the economy gets back on its feet,
down also,
and gas by $1.77 since its peak. Remember, Putin's war caused gas prices to go up.
Catherine,
and
you said a lot of nonsense accompanied with persuasive hand gestures to appear credible. So let's go through this one by one. 90% of the jobs that Biden created were jobs recovered from the pandemic. The economy is not even close to where it was under Trump. Gas prices rose before the Ukraine war, thanks to Biden restricting domestic energy production. Then y'all went on a Putin price hike to mislead the people. So Biden didn't fix anything, and I'm glad this is not a White House press conference, and you can't just get away with the bullshit you just spewed.
Y'all like y'all's president. It took that man 1 year to screw the whole country up. A year. Don't be looking at me like, no, our nation's gone backwards. A year ago, you were paying $2 a gallon for gas. Yeah, let's take it where you can relate. And you're paying almost $4 now because of his decisions.
Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything.
Nationwide credit card debt now tops $1 trillion for the first time.
We've climbed out of our great economic crisis. It's beginning to work for working people.
The average per household, $10,000.
And folks, it's not an accident. It's not an accident.
Inflation started ticking back up. Last month, it did it again. We were at 3.2 as it rose from 3. Now we're at 3.7.
That literally is our economic plan in action, Bidenomics in action.
In August, gas prices increased nearly 11%. The cost of air travel, car insurance, hotels, utility bills also spiking.
The country should know the facts.
Median household income last year fell to $74,000. The U.S. poverty level saw its largest one-year jump ever.
They should know the choice between Bidenomics and Maganomics.
Because I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet. Credit card debt.
Come close. I got a whisper since I'm in a library, but it has hit me. I'm a millennial. I only been here for a couple decades, 29 years precisely. I'm fresh out. I'm a newbie in these streets because I truly don't know what the fuck is going on here. That's why I brought my ass to the library, trying to figure this shit out. Because life just not making sense no more. Because why does a $100 bill in my pockets feel like $20 in this economy? It feels like I'm doing magic every time I step out the house. It's like poof, it's gone in 2 seconds. Where did it go? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm over here trying to analyze, calculate, because it's just not making sense no more.
Making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free.
Groceries shouldn't be that motherfucking high, bitch. It shouldn't be. It's 6 o'clock midnight. I'm up with my late night thoughts, having insomnia. Can't sleep through the motherfucking night. And I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck is y'all overcharging for them raggedy ass goods that done got worse? Food don't even taste the same that it did 10, 20 years ago. And you gonna charge more? For some shit that don't, everything at this point be making me motherfucking sick, bitch. I'm so goddamn tired of paying for motherfucking bullshit, that water bullshit, the air bullshit, the damn soil bullshit. You want to charge motherfucking more for them ragged ass goods? They need to be called motherfucking bads, bitch, because ain't nothing motherfucking good about the shit that you put out in the damn stores that you overcharging the people for. I would rather, at this point, I would rather eat dust off a goddamn vacuum in a Goodwill than eat that shit at the damn stove. I'm over it. I'm not protest tired. I'm whoop a local politician's ass tired. I'm ready to whoop somebody's ass. Shit.
Is everybody okay? Are you okay? For real, for real. The bills is due. The inflation is just through the roof. I mean, the groceries, the gas, the bills, like, God. Right? Damn.
This video is for President Joe Biden. President Biden can't afford to live. I have a full-time job which has excellent insurance. It's the only reason I was able to get diagnosed for MS, a lifelong disease that I will have in a span of 6 months. But you know what? I don't have food. So, you know, me at 41 with MS and other medical issues that I have been working on improving steadily. But I still have to have a roommate who is doing nothing but cause me money and more stress. I also have a second job, moving packages at Amazon. So I have a good job where I talk to people about their pensions, you know, pensions, those things that don't exist for most of us. I talk to them about their pensions and retirement, something that I, as a 41-year-old, will never see. Or I'm talking to them about death, which most days, like today, I'm longing for. Joe, President Biden, because I can't feed myself. I work a full-time job, a part-time job, and I have a roommate, and my refrigerator is still empty.
What's going on? Doctor? I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off.
Hey, can y'all lower these food prices? We hungry out here. No, bitch. Food is not a right. If you can't afford it, then you just won't have it. How the fuck is food not a right? We need it to survive. Okay? Then I guess you better figure out how to afford it. Can we have some rent control at least? They're asking for damn near $2,000 just for a studio apartment. You gotta pay to live and live to pay. Nothing in life is free. I'm not asking for it to be free. I'm asking you to lower the prices. Nah. Y'all are evil as fuck. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Can you at least raise the minimum wage so we can afford these new prices and we're not struggling to live? No, I get off on watching y'all struggle. It makes me feel good. Now get your broke ass out of my office. You're getting your smell all over me. Begging ass bitch. You want security?
Alright. The math is just ain't mathing right now. So let me get this straight. Immigrants that has never worked in this country, never lived in this country, never paid now one goddamn bill in this country, they are receiving 3 bands monthly. And for all you old folk that don't know what bands is, that's money. 3,000 monies. I said monies. Free health care. Free food.
room and board, and free housing. Meanwhile, Americans have to go to work, have to pay bills, have to pay for taxes, have to file taxes, have to pay for groceries, and have to pay for rent. Knowing good and goddamn motherfucking well, all of this shit is rising higher than motherfucking blood fucking pressure. But here's the crazy part, though. All them shit the immigrants is getting. Oh, we ain't getting that shit. So I think I speak for every English-speaking motherfucking American. That includes black, white, Asian, anybody that was born in America. I think I speak for every motherfucker. That includes the motherfucking kids. When I say, what in the blue fuck is this?
We've now committed $113 billion to the Ukraine. For reference, the entire budget of EPA is $12 billion. The budget of CDC is $11 billion. We have 57% of Americans. We have a crisis here. We have a war on the poor. 57% of Americans cannot put their hand on $1,000 if they have an emergency.
That's sad.
1/4 of Americans go to bed hungry. We have 1.5 million veterans who are living below the poverty line. We have 33,000 veterans who are homeless. We have 23 veterans a day who are killing themselves. The war on the poor is a blood war.
Hey, he's not lying.
I love you, you love me. Bitch, where is my money? Better have my shit by the end of the week, or your ass is gonna get beat. Goodbye now.
How about the $20 you owe me?
Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10, I owe you 10.
Thanks.
Hey, Mo, you owe me 20.
Well, here's 10, and I'll owe you 10.
You owe me 20.
Here's 10, I owe you 10.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you. Good, now we're all even.
I just want to know why, like, I'm good. Like, I'm a, good amount of money in my life. But why still, why I can't buy a house? I'm looking at the bank statements. I'm going through, writing shit down, budgeting. I spent $100 at the store. Not a lot. I got 7 items, if that. I don't get this. This is not how things are supposed to be going. They said if you make 100,000, you good. I'm not good. I'm not good. And I'm doing by myself? By myself? Not good. Not good. So somebody help me figure this shit out.
You know what? I can't take it. I'm going through too much right now. I just want to jump off a building.
In recent weeks, Joe Biden has been pushing his disastrous economic agenda called Bidenomics. But what is Bidenomics?
Let's be clear about what
Bidenomics really is. I mean, the economic plans out of this administration have been very clear. Spending, regulation, and higher taxes. That's what Bidenomics is.
I feel like it's so unfair though that like we're the generation going through that whole inflation, interest rates hiking, all of that. So I'm like, this is hard enough. Right. And now everything costs more money.
Damn. 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 Damn.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
Understand this right. I do not want to hear another mother-loving soul come up and start saying about, oh, you know, if you're 27, 28, 29, blah, blah, whatever the age may be, that society thinks you should be on your own and be thriving and surviving and striving, that you should have your own house, an apartment on the side, 3 cars, you know, a perfect credit score, 3 separate bank accounts. And this time and age, understand this and understand this right. Jesus is what? About what? 22 years old, around that, right? Okay? And guess where he lives? Still in his father's house. Shut up!
I can't be the only one.
At this point, I promise y'all, I'm about to start eating out. $47.28. All vegetables. This is not even meat. Not even meat. I'm damned if I eat vegetables. I'm damned if I eat meat. The struggle is real. Woo! All right, man.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me. This isn't going to be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Patricia, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
Oh my God! The numbers are going up so fast!
Don't look up there. It only makes it worse. Keep your eyes on me, okay?
Can't you just scan something less expensive?
I can, but let's not forget, it's the little things that add up, all right? Now brace yourself. I'm about to do the mixed nuts.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out!
Okay, bite down on this, Patricia. Get ready. I'm going to do the cured meats.
No, stop! I can't do this anymore!
It's too late. There's a line behind you, okay? You're locked in.
I'm not strong enough.
I know it looks like a lot right now, but I promise you, you're going to get home and you're going to wonder, what did I even buy? Okay, your total's $257.84. Patricia, it's time to pay.
Grocery stores are ripping people off, and I'm here at Target, and it is absolutely true.
He's not lying. So not only are the corporations stealing our wealth by not paying us a livable wage for our labor, and then by price gouging us, but they also steal our wealth by charging us a different price at the register than what's advertised on the shelf. And they are very much counting on the fact that people will not notice or they won't care enough to do anything about it. Because after you have been forced to scan all of your own groceries, who wants to then get into that line at customer care and wait for a price adjustment? Nobody. That's who. Back in the day, my mom worked for the phone company, and I can remember when phone calls were 20 cents to make. She then told me that her company made an additional $5 million per year. $5 million by not giving that nickel back in change to the customer. American greed, corporate greed, capitalism has been going on for a long time in this nation. And that's how we got to this point. A point where the 1% in this nation are never satisfied, and they continue to steal the wealth from us. It's why everyone in this nation is struggling and continuing to struggle. The chances are more likely that you will not be able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps very soon. Not anymore. You will continue to get poorer and poorer and poorer because the rich want to be richer and richer and richer. They don't care that you are struggling. They do not care that we cannot pay our bills. They do not care that we can not afford to be happy in this nation anymore. They don't care about me or you. All they care about is money, to the point where they continue to create new ways to steal it from the rest of us. you will own nothing and be happy.
All that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, that is called Bidenomics.
Nah, because first of all, the motherfucking grocery stores is robbing us blind.
Not only are they increasing all of the prices of everything because of inflation, they're also decreasing the quantity and quality of all the foods and products that we are getting. Back in the day, you would say, oh, this stuff lasts. Nothing lasts anymore. Everything breaks easily, but I'm spending so much money. I'm buying food that should be high quality for the places that I'm buying, but I'm getting bids and ends from everything. Why are the bags lower in the bags of chips? More air, more money. Why am I spending $6 for chips? $6 for a bag of chips? $4 or $5 for a bag of fries with just bits and ends? It's not. What are y'all doing? Increase the price, increase the value, increase the quantity, increase the quality.
By the way, I scanned your food and it comes to $1 gazillion. Elmo has a T-Rex and a Go Fish card.
Yo, becoming an adult is realizing that Julius from Everybody Hates Chris was really trying to foreshadow how frugal we were gonna have to be, like, as adults, or just having mindfulness about your usage of resources. Because let me enter any space now and I feel like somebody's doing something like using too much paper towel. It's like, why are you so casually using 74 cents worth of paper towel as though you paid for it, or as though paper towels aren't as high as who knows what? Why have I seen you grab like 5 water bottles based off the simple fact you cannot keep up with the 4 that you had prior? You don't know which one is yours.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
Black folks and brown folks have been doing so much with so little for so long, they can almost do anything with nothing. Inflation is nothing new in the black community. Inflation is going to the corner store. We don't have grocery stores, and buying old stale, bread at an overpriced rate for the last 20 years. So they're used to overpriced finance and overpriced goods and services and overpriced everything else, and having to make it work. A single mother in our neighborhood deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
Mother, my brother, and I have a request for dinner.
Out with it then?
The delegation has come to a verdict. We would like Olive Garden for dinner.
Olive Garden? What an audacious request.
We will also take McDonald's as a compensatory selection.
Do you have the treasury for your demands?
Are you asking if I have McDonald's money?
Perhaps.
Mother, please. My brother and I have been eternally faithful to this house. We will use your funds for the Olive Garden campaign.
I expect you're aware of the leftover spaghetti in the fridge.
Yes, I am. Now would be a good time to mention I got an A on my algebra test.
How convenient. Now, tell me, when did you receive this A?
Last month.
A month ago. You waited 4 whole weeks to tell me of this victory so you could leverage it for Olive Garden? Do you see me as cattle for you to milk whenever you grow thirsty?
You said we could choose what we wanted, and this is our decision.
Answer the question, boy. Am I Midas? Am I made of gold?
I will rake the leaves, and I'll vacuum all the floors. Mother, please, just hear our cries.
Does he speak for you?
My brother was out of line, yes. I wanted McDonald's, but his ambition convinced me to take up arms in his crusade.
So you're both greedy. I have raised seagulls.
I am no seagull.
Get the spaghetti out the fridge.
Mother! Liar! Brother! You witch! You'll rule this day!
Say goodbye to your American dream, because what was a slow...
The American dream's been gone for a while for most of us. This was the land of the free, home of the brave. Now it's the land of overtaxation and hyperinflation. So when it comes down to it, we've already lost that dream. We're just trying to hold on to the little pieces that we can. Look, as of right now, if your parents don't have something set up for you in the form of generational wealth transfer, in the form of cash, as well as your grandparents, you can kiss home ownership goodbye. The average home in America is over $280,000 as of right now, and it don't look like it's getting any better. The average payment for a car is over $635. If your parents didn't set up something for you, you're going to take L's throughout life.
Man, I got all the flavor bitches say I'm delicious. I'ma have all you motherfuckers laying in the ditch. I'ma kill all you rappers, I'ma aim with precision.
My inherited economy is on the brink.
Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years. A record. A record. Unemployment at 50-year lows.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
All right, here is the truth. Here are the facts. Since Biden took office, cumulative prices have risen over 17%. Real hourly wages have only risen 13%. 60% of our fellow Americans, sadly, they are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, costs across the board, they are surging. Groceries are eating up more of the American people's paychecks than they have in over 30 years. In fact, according to a recent study, Americans now need to make $11,400 more to afford the same quality of life that they did in 2021. And his claims about job creation, another lie. In reality, almost 10 million of those jobs are just, well, backfield jobs or temporary jobs that were lost during the pandemic. And as we know now, many of those other jobs were part-time jobs going to many foreign-born workers that he's let into this country unvetted illegally.
Y'all, what is this math? What is this inflation math? How is it that inflation is at 7.5%, but everybody is marking shit up 25 and 30%? Like, I'm looking at you, Dollar Tree. The fuck is this? What? I don't understand. It's random. And then it's across the board. Like, some of the shit in the Dollar Tree wasn't worth $1 in the first place. But you're like, I'll break even. $1.25. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fix it. What's the time horizon? How long we gonna be dealing with this?
Everything is falling apart right now. Y'all remember when honey buns was 50 cent? When motherfucking bags of chips was 50 cent? These bitches are 125 cent now. It's just that Family Dollar. That shit ain't even a family no more. It's just my ass in here arguing with the managers to lower the prices again. What is inflation? This motherfucker need to deflate. Yeah, I've been eating bread and crackers for the last 3 weeks.
Let me see. What else can we pile on? Is there any more shit we could pile on to the top of the outcome of this case? Is it possible?
Rent is so expensive that the average minimum wage worker needs either 3 roommates or 4 jobs to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. In fact, there's not a single state in America where a minimum wage worker that's full-time can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. If you live in a state like Arkansas, I used to live there, the minimum wage is like $7.25. You have to work 90 hours a week to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. You have to work 74 hours a week to afford a 1-bedroom apartment. Someone explain to me why we're acting like the workers are the problems when the corporations that are arbitrarily pushing prices up on rent, food, laying off workers, all to maximize their profit. How is this sustainable? How is this system sustainable? Somebody needs to do something. Like, it's like they're putting a squeeze on us. I don't know if you feel like I feel like it's a squeeze right now.
Let's see. All you need is first month's $500 and a deposit of $250. Okay, word. That sounds good. I can do that. Thank you. Let's see now. All you're gonna need is first and last $850 and a deposit of $850. All right, I can still do that. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna need my notebook. See, all you need is 3 times the rent. Okay, first and last $1,900, deposit of $1,900, a credit score of $750 or higher. Okay, no evictions in the last 12 years. Also, we have no pets, no off-street parking, no backyard, no utilities included. Late fees are $50. Application fee is $65, and it's non-refundable. And you maybe need a 3rd-day job. Yeah. See, also, I'm going to need your firstborn's birth certificate, some Yahoos, and some fruit snacks. Oh, hell no. I'm all set. Thank you. Mom!
What's wrong now? What is it?
Hold on, what is all that for? Mom, I came to ask if I can move back in. Oh, but I thought you couldn't wait to move out and live on your own. I learned my lesson. I'm ready to be a kid again. The rent too high, the food is too high.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
I don't think too many people understand how serious this living situation shit is. I mean, people make jokes talking about eggs cost $12 a pop, but it's damn near no exaggeration.
I don't know about you, but I feel like food should not be that expensive, especially when people are already struggling to provide for their families. This is called greedflation, when you have money-hungry companies that just want to increase the pricing of things just because they can. It's totally unfair, especially when the cost of living is increasing and jobs aren't paying as much as they should. I have a lot of friends struggling with this right now, and family members that are just kind of like, what?
No, I really try to keep it cute. I try to be understanding, be an adult about this whole inflation situation. But at this point, they're playing in our fucking faces. So originally, I was seeing stuff go up 20, 50 cents or whatever. But what I really want to talk about is honestly the price of French fries and tater tots more importantly. They were $2.99. Then they went up to $3.29, which was okay. They are now $5.99 in the stores. And I am at my wit's end. I'm finna just...
A serious question. How are y'all affording groceries right now?
Yo. This man is not lying. He is not lying. I went to Costco to get a few key things. $250. I went to Aldi. Aldi, y'all are not Aldiing anymore. What is going on? Spent another $150. We did not do a full refill trip at Aldi, okay? Like, okay, I get it, Costco sometimes is an exploration trip and all, but Aldi is my destination. It is my refill trip. It's those things, those essentials. Why so much? Have y'all seen eggs? Eggs are like over $5. What we gonna do? What we gonna do?
It's been a long fight. It's been a long fight, and I just had to have a warrior spirit, and that's all.
Diana, look, let's just get right to it, everybody. It's going to cost the average American about $500 more a month to just live. How does that help middle-income families in our country? How does that help poor families in our country? How does it help seniors on fixed income in our country? It does not. You know, when Joe Biden, when he first came in and he said he had a plan to save America, his American Rescue Plan, House Republicans told him that was going to be a disaster for America. We said it was going to lead to inflation. It did. We said it was going to create a labor shortage. It did. And so now, right now, in the Budget Committee, House Democrats are having a hearing to talk about all of the importance of the American Rescue Plan. Folks, we know the truth. If your plan worked, you don't have to hold congressional hearings to prove it. The proof is in the pudding. Every American would know it. If you're filling up a Suburban anywhere in the United States, it's going to cost you about $125 to $145 to fill it up. That $145 to fill up your Suburban, just to pick up your kids from practice to go back and forth to work, that's money you don't have to put food on the table. But guess what? The food to put on the table costs more too. So that takes away from you being able to have fun this summer like Diana was just talking about. You can't take that vacation. You can't go buy that new article of clothing. You can't go do the next thing that you choose to do. This inflation is the largest tax increase on poor families and middle-income families in decades in the United States. All brought to us by Joe Biden.
After listening to Bidenomics last night, one could be manipulated in forgetting surging prices are dominating voters' minds, daily lives, and fueling their ire. Biden's colossal economic stimulus in early 2021 first set inflation on its feverish trajectory before Russia's invasion of Ukraine sent prices spiraling further. Bidenomics won't fix his economic woes. Cherry picking and manipulating data are hallmarks of Biden's misleading speeches. In reality, his speech Wednesday in Chicago was an imaginative, colossal misleading take on the U.S. economy, designed to counteract Biden's consistently bad polling numbers. But hard as Biden and his team are trying to claw their way out of what is an economic mess of their own making, the American people aren't buying it.
Your mama must have dropped your ass. I feel like Ricky Tiki Tavi. We mobbing through the lobby. That faggot tried to rob me. No, like D-Lo, bitch. I feel like Ricky Tiki.
President Biden and his family were doing some shopping in Nantucket, where outrage followed him to the island. Most Americans are angry over the state of the economy. 89% of Americans are extremely or very concerned about inflation And only 20% of Americans polled think the economy is in excellent or good shape. Ahead of Thanksgiving, Biden tweeted that gas prices are down $1.70 from their peak. But today, gas prices remain 37% higher than the day he took office. Home sales are now at 13-year lows. Interest rates are at 23-year highs. American credit card debt is now over $1 trillion for the first time in American history. The president has long insisted his policies are working.
Oh, yeah.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
Girl, they ain't affording it.
Y'all keep trying to tell people how to budget their way out of inflation. So like the groceries get more expensive, but they always act like it's just you that doesn't know how to shop. Acting like the grocery store Susie Orman. Groceries are getting really expensive, and every time you say that, there's always gonna be somebody who's like, nah, y'all just don't shop at the right store. Y'all need to go to Aldi. That's the one they always bring up. They always say you need to go to Aldi. Well, everybody doesn't have an Aldi. Calm down. I have an Aldi. I just think about other people besides myself sometimes. People always act like people are complaining about basic survival. Okay, listen. Everybody is still somehow surviving. Somehow. People are still alive and they're still going to the grocery store and they're still getting something. The issue isn't that people can't afford food. It's that they can't afford what they used to be able to afford literally only 1, 2, 3 years ago. There used to be a time where sometimes it would feel like the prices were creeping up and, you know, like the boxes would get smaller and you'd be like, I feel like they making it smaller. But now you don't got to think about that no more. You know they're doing that. Everything is getting smaller except for the chicken. Chicken's getting bigger.
I don't know if I'm just salty because I'm wearing Crocs in the rain and my socks just got wet, or if I'm a full-blown adult right now. But either way, this is pissing me off. I just went to the grocery store and all I needed was a lemon. I go to the little produce section. It says lemon, $1. One lemon. I was at Harris Teeter, so luckily it was buy one, get one free. But either way, 2 weeks ago, I went to the store and I bought a whole bag of lemons for $1.50. So why am I paying $1, a whole dollar, for 2 itty bitty lemons when really I'm paying for 1 lemon and I had a deal when I just paid $1.50 for 8 freaking lemons? Something is not right. And this is why I don't be trusting America. Because how did inflation happen that quick? What's going on?
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you huh? You think you can do this Jay!
Listen, I was trying to do some grocery shopping and I gotta use like Instacart because I live in a food desert and don't have a car. And listen, I'm not even doing like a big shop. I'm just replacing some shit that I ran out of. And when I saw that price and that shit said $112, man, I cleared that fucking cart and turned the fucking app off. I refuse to pay so much money for so little food. Like even like 2 or 3 months ago, that shop wouldn't even have been pushing 100. It would have been like 75, 78. Maybe $80, and now in like February it's 112. Man, fuck you. This is before like taxes and tips and shit. Like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The next time I go grocery shopping is when I run out of soap, because I can be hungry, I can't be musty. I refuse. The day I run out of soap and deodorant is the day I'll finally be like, you know what, I gotta go grocery shopping. In fact, I'm probably just gonna buy that shit off of Amazon, even though it'll be like just as expensive on that bit. It's wild to think that in like 2019, I was actively feeding myself on like $50 a month. $50 to get a month's worth of food. And like now it's just like absolutely fucked. It was fucked then. It was even fucked last year. Like it was expensive as shit. I've complained about it for 2 years now. It's just now gotten to like stupid money. Like what like $1 like Monopoly money now. That shit is worth. Life is actually awful. Life is actually terrible. And there's motherfuckers still confused on why I don't want kids. Like why would I can barely feed myself.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
How the f y'all got a $25 burger? But if you want cheese, it's gonna be a little bit more. Man, if I had that kind of money, I'd be here with Rihanna. Well, that's just rude. You know what time it is?
In 97, I slept with Brian McKnight.
Is this some kind of f***ing magical cow? I got it. What's the problem? Y'all selling $25 burgers like the cow got magic in his ass. Well, you know, we got inflation. Oh, that's where you going? High gas prices. Putin.
Oh, I don't care for him.
Bruh, be real. Look, bruh, you know what the f this is. They trying to run us out of business. They don't want to see a black man have nothing.
Who's they?
Illuminati.
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I don't f with them. So if I was you, I'd just order that seafood platter for $45. Comes with fried shrimp, clams, and oysters.
They got oysters.
Oysters. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tupac lives.
Tupac lives. I had Tupac in 91.
You have so many Americans who are coming to the realization that they are never going to be able to retire because they can't afford to, because of what these clowns, these old dinosaurs in Congress have done, these laws that they are forcing the rest of us to live by. And these are people who have the best health care in the world. These are people who are rich. They got rich in office and they can afford to retire comfortably. They can afford to go sit their asses down somewhere and take up painting or crafting or fishing or gardening or something, baking or something, you know. But instead you got them standing there at podiums and they don't know where they are. They're being pushed around in a wheelchair on the house floor. They're there to the day that they die, not enjoying their grandchildren like the rest of us want to do, not living out their dreams of what the rest of their life would look like when they are finally able to take their break, their rest, and not work anymore. And these people are no longer qualified to make decisions for the rest of us, because look at where they got us. They can retire. They can go sit down. They can sit in a lazy boy and watch Maury, you know, and have their maids bring them lunch, you know. They can afford to do all of that. They can afford to travel and take cruises and do all of the things that they have voted for us to be unable to do. They're able to do it, but they're dying in office, creating more laws that are going to wreck this nation. Our children will never be able to retire. Our grandchildren will never be able to retire because of these dinosaurs.
I make more than what I made back in 2015. But I am still literally living paycheck to paycheck.
Financially, I don't understand anymore. I don't understand how I make $34 an hour and I can't function. I can't function. I can't pay my bills.
They are literally stripping us dry with these fucking rent, food, utility, house, car, everything the fuck is expensive. Everything has gone up at least 40%.
None of us have money to do shit. We're all too tired. Everybody is so tired. Well, we have to do this the rest of our lives. I'm gonna be working until I'm dead. We're all gonna be working until we're dead.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. We're living in a new world with an whole soul. These rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men know the rich men.
Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video entertaining and you received any kind of enjoyment from watching it, please subscribe, share it with others, hit that notification bell, and most importantly, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment. It truly makes a difference. YouTube's algorithms thrive on engagement, and your support ensures these videos reach a wider audience. It's worth mentioning that YouTube doesn't directly compensate creators like me for content. So if you'd like to support the channel, consider making a donation through the Cash App provided above. Your donations will go towards me having the time to create more videos for your enjoyment. Now, with all that being said, peace, and thank you for being a part of the Surviving the Fuckery community.